Hello and welcome. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Bill Manis. I'm the Rescue Task Force Coordinator for Manitowoc County. This video is mainly for people that live in Manitowoc County, but could be used elsewhere. Today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the protective equipment and the go bags. My goal here is to make this short and sweet. And we're pretty much going to follow what is in the bath exam. Remember, B stands for bleeding, A is airway, T is tension pneumothorax, and H is hypothermia. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the equipment. First of all, the vest and the helmets. We have vests that are red that look like this, and some agencies have black. The idea behind the vest is that they and the helmets are stored with the local ambulances. As the ambulances arrive in the staging area, they'll drop off the protective equipment such as the vests, the helmets, the green go bags, and the new red bags that I'm going to talk to you a little bit about today. So first of all, good vest fit. You want to have the vests up high. For the most part, we're going to be in a warm zone. There shouldn't be a need to wear a vest, so they are optional. You do not need to have one to go in as a rescue task force. Most rescue task force people are going to be first responders and also firemen, okay? We're going to need the people on the ambulance to be transporting the sick and injured, so make sure that you're familiar with how they go on and how they fit. So a little bit about the helmet. Make sure that it's tight, it doesn't fall off. You don't want to be adjusting it once it's in. There is a quick release on here. Find the quick release, be familiar with it, okay? And the helmet can come off nice and easy. Inside the vest here, we got two tourniquets on the outside. One thing is, if you're in the staging area and those tourniquets still have got cellophane or wrappers around them, go ahead, get them ready for use, string them up so they're ready to go. Two more tourniquets in here. Every one of the red vests has at least got a SWAT T, so it can be used on pediatric patients or canines. You open up the kit here, okay? There's extra gloves, there's some triage tags. We've got some tegaderms that can be used for tension pneumothorax or open sucking wounds. There may be needles in there to do needle decompression. If you're authorized to do that, they're there, okay? Also, we've got packing material that's in here to pack the wounds if the wounds need to be packed. The other nice thing about the vest is that there's retractable scissors, okay? And that can be easily retracted. And the other thing that I like to do with my vests when I'm going in, or at least when we're training, is I'll stick a mega mover in underneath the front and a mega mover in over the back. And I'm ready to rock and roll. Some services, because of this compartmentation here, is they'll strap rubber bands or Velcro and they'll roll up mega movers, put one in front, two in the back. That way you've got them. If you need them, and you're pretty much hands-free. So that's what I like. Let's talk a little bit about the go bags here in Manitowoc County. These are the first edition of the go bags that we got. They're green, and they're in every public safety vehicle in Manitowoc County. All first out fire engines have them. All first responders have them, all ambulances have them, all squad cars have them. Okay, the purpose of these, once again, when you get into staging, okay, you drop them in the staging area, and as the RTFs go in, there's extra supplies there. If you're a police officer and you think about it and you're going to be one of the contact teams, okay, you're going to be the first ones in, medical supplies are in here. Bring them in. If you need to have your hands free, bring them at least to the door that you enter, drop them there, and then there's extra supplies. In each one of these kits, you'll notice that there are two packets. Okay, in these packets, there's things that will take care of the bath exam once again. Okay, there's gloves that are in here, there's scissors that are in here, we've got Coban for wrapping wounds, we've got slings, SWAT T tourniquets, ACE bandages, 5x9s, Sharpies for writing on things. They're vacuum packed, so hopefully things will remain good. There's always a little bit of an area that's cut here, so they're easy to be teared. There's two of those packs, and then also one large multi-trauma dressing in each one of these packs. If you're unfamiliar with how to use them, contact your local first responder agency if you're a fire department. But a lot of the stuff is basic first aid stuff. Now I want to talk to you about the new packs. Each one of the first out ambulances in Manitowoc are going to have them. They can be given to police officers when they go in. They're actually can be slung around your waist. You can put them over your arm. Okay, you bring them in. Everything to take care of the bath exam is really in here. Okay, so in the front pouches, you'll notice we've got a scissors and then a Sharpie. Okay, over here are your triage tags. Okay, we got 4 red and 4 yellow. Okay, so you know exactly what's in here, so you can keep track of how many patients you've triaged. The other nice thing is there's an instruction card that goes with it, okay, that these are to be dropped in the staging area and to be used by the rescue task force. And then if you're a first out ambulance, your job is to keep the equipment that's supposed to be in there, and on the other side of the card is the equipment that's in there. So all of that's right in the front pouch. You open up the front pouch here, and you got stuff to take care of your bleeding, okay, and the bath exam. So we've got gloves, medium and large, a whole bunch of them tuck in there, okay. We've got some dressings, 5x9s and 8x10s. We also got some airway stuff. We've got some Tegaderms for your sucking chest wounds. We got Vaseline gauze for your sucking chest wounds. And we've got a high-tech Halo Seal. There's 2 patches in here. Remember, always look for an exit wound if you've got a bullet hole that's going through the chest area. We've got one of those expensive ones that are in there, in the back pouch. Okay. More bleeding stuff. We've got a trauma dressing. We've got 6 of the SWAT T tourniquets. We've got some 4-inch cling. We've got an ace bandage. We've got some Coban. Okay. So once again, all of that stuff there is, to help you with the bleeding if you got a pack or if you got to put a tourniquet on. We also got some more of the triangular bandages if you got to make a homemade tourniquet or you need this for tying up something. Okay. Great stuff. And they're not overpacked, so you don't have to worry too much about that. There are 2 side compartments here. Okay. Side compartment over here. We've got a roll of tape. Okay. Pretty easy. The other side compartment is going to take care of our hypothermic patients, okay? We don't really carry a lot of blankets in, and we don't have a lot of room to do that, but we've got these survival rescue blankets. So you got a patient that's laying on the ground, or you got a patient any place, undo one of these, okay? Wrap the patient in it, try to conserve body heat. Remember, at 95 degrees Fahrenheit, when the body gets down that cool, clotting actually starts to slow down. And at 92, there's no clotting that's going on at all. And for somebody that's bleeding internally, we need to preserve the heat so we can preserve the clotting mechanism. So that's what's in these packages here. If at any time you'd like to have us come out to your organization, I'm one of the Regional Trauma Advisory Council instructors. Or if you want to have somebody from your local ambulance come out and show you what's all in here, if you've got questions on how to use them, it's always best to see things and use things and practice with them before we actually need them. Active shooters now are an everyday thing, so remember, if you do get called to one, the key thing for this whole thing to work is follow the ICS thing. We need you to go to the staging area. We need you to get paired up with law enforcement so you can go in for a rescue task force. Because there's 2 goals, okay? If you haven't had the training, rescue task force training, 2 goals. 1, you stop the killing. Law enforcement's going to go in there with anywheres of 3 to 7 officers at once, and they're going to go right after the threat, and they're going to stop the threat. Once that threat's been done, the officers in there are going to make a safe corridor. They're going to start treating the injured, and then we're going to need us, fire and EMS, to go in and be the rescue task force. Get them to an ambulance exchange point, okay? And then we start taking care of them, get them to the hospitals as quickly as we can. So one last thing to think about in Manitowoc County, we do not have a level 2 or a level 1 trauma center, and our local hospitals are not going to be able to take care of more than 2 reds, if that, okay? That's really pushing it, especially if we're going to have walking wounding showing up at their front entrance or people driving them in. So remember, call the helicopters early. If they can fly, have them come right to each one of the two hospitals. Go to the local airport, okay? Get the critical people out. We can get them going to a trauma center, and hopefully not flood our resources here locally, so we can take care of as many people and hopefully have a great survival rating. So once again, my name is Bill Manis. If you need to get in contact with me, my telephone number is 920-374-0432. I can set up some RTAC training for you, or by all means, contact your local ambulance service that you work with. So if you've got any questions, never hesitate to ask. Be safe out there, and let's call it a day.